Agriculture is the mainstay of Kenya's economy. According to information from the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO of the United Nations, the sector directly contributes 26% of Kenya's gross domestic product (GDP). In addition, through linkages with other critical sectors, for instance manufacturing, agriculture indirectly contributes 27% of the GDP. To underscore the pivotal role that is played by agriculture in the socio-economic development of Kenya, the key sector was allocated 60 billion shillings in the 2021-2022 budget in order to spur its growth. By and large, households in the rural areas heavily depend on agriculture as a source of income, employment, and food security. FAO estimates that agriculture employs 70% of the people residing in the rural areas. Traditionally, Kenya's rural households grew food crops and kept livestock for their own consumption. This practice is known as subsistence farming, but times have changed, with the domestic budgets of the said households growing fast on a daily basis. For instance, educating family members, agriculture has been commercialized. In that vein, farmers are growing crops and keeping livestock as a means of generating income. This modern practice is known as agribusiness or kilimo biashara in Kiswahili, and by embracing it, the lives of many farmers have been transformed. To succeed in agribusiness, many progressive farmers work hand in hand with reliable financial partners. They are therefore able to benefit from financing and capacity building from such lenders as they strive to grow their enterprises. Given their ability to penetrate the far-flung corners and deep valleys of the rural areas because of their agile models, microfinance institutions are very ideal partners of farmers engaging in agribusiness. Founded in 1994, ECLOF Kenya is a microfinance institution that provides financial and non-related financial services to the economically vulnerable communities in all sectors of Kenya's economy. This market segment is known as the bottom of the pyramid, and it is mainly found in the rural areas. In 2019, ECLOF Kenya was restructured to a company limited by guarantee in line with its growth strategy.
My name is Joyce Kamau. I work in this company, ECLOF Kenya, as a project manager, agribusiness. ECLOF Kenya is a microfinance, medium-sized, registered under the Company Act 2015 as a company limited by shares. ECLOF Kenya focuses on two bottom lines, that is financial and social. When I talk about social, we look at the social well-being of our customers. We provide financial and related non-financial services to micro, small, and medium enterprises in Kenya, and also to farmers. When we talk about agribusiness in ECLOF Kenya, we started agribusiness in around the year 2008, and it has grown because of the support we have received from our partners.
In order to serve its target market more effectively, ECLOF Kenya has a strong presence in the rural areas. In 2018, ECLOF Kenya partnered with the Primates World Relief and Development Fund (PWRDF) in order to scale up agribusiness in Kenya. The partnership mainly focuses on the dairy farming subsector because of its high and regular returns. According to information from the Kenya Dairy Board, the annual production of milk in the country is 5.2 billion shillings. In addition, the daily value chain employs 1.2 million people directly and indirectly, while we have 1.8 million smallholder farmers in the country. The dairy subsector is therefore critical to Kenya's socio-economic development.
In 2018, we partnered with Primate World Relief Fund. We have been able to scale up agribusiness through this partnership. The objective of the partnership, I would talk about two objectives. The first objective is to come up or construct demo farms. These demo farms are intended to train the society about better ways or better houses for animals. And the other objective is on capacity building. That is educating our farmers on best farming or dairy farming practices.
In order to implement this project effectively, ECLOF Kenya engaged a consultant, Mr. Simon Ndongo Mutoru, because of his vast knowledge and expertise in dairy farming.
My names are Simon Ndongo Mutoru. I'm the consultant who has partnered with ECLOF to implement this project where we are assisting farmers from where we find them and upgrade their dairy farming enterprises. I was trained as an animal health technician way back in 1982. Those times I was able to attend to the many farm animals, starting from the cat, dog, rabbits, chicken. But as time went by, I went on specializing in dairy. I have had so many courses. Most of them are related to dairy, and that is how I ended up specializing in dairy. We have been able to upgrade the farm enterprise. By today, we have already attended to 15, spread across from Bomet, Embu, here in Nyandarua, Nakuru area around Subukia, others in Meru. What we basically do with these demo farms is where we pick one farm who has potential to expand and as well be able to be training other farmers, because farmers like getting information from their peers. We improve the cow housing unit to a good standard where the cow, we lessen the stress of the sleeping area for cow comfort, the feeding area such that the dimensions are adequate to reduce hurting the cows as they are feeding. And as well, we also do the froze in a nice way such that there are no injuries to the feet and legs, because the support of the cow is always on the feet. And imagining an 800 kilogram cow standing on a weak ground will always get injuries, and that one reduces the milk yields. We also train them very well on what the cow requires to be able to produce, starting from how to breed the cows to attain very good breeds, and what the cow needs to make sure that it's producing to its genetic potential. We also make sure we introduce the feeds that reduces the need for the farmer to go to the shops to buy those ingredients that would be lacking. We are in this field where we are growing maize for silage, and this is the silage that ends up being fed to the cows. So we have many types of fodder, because for the cows to give a good yield, we have to make sure we are balancing these fodder crops to give the nutrients that the cow requires. Like maize is good for energy. We also have other crops which are rich in protein, and probably we'll see them. There's lucerne, there's tree lucerne, and there are many other, including the Kikuyu grass and a clover intermix with the grasses. The benefit to the farmer for doing this is making sure the farmer has adequate feed for the cow all year round, because once this is harvested, it is stored as silage such that farmer has feed even during the wet and the dry seasons. So the farmer will always get enough milk by feeding the silage harvested.
The impact of this project has been huge. To start with, ECLOF Kenya has been able to set up 5 demonstration farms, referred to as demo farms in short, in Nyandarua County and 4 in Embu County.
We have been able to construct 9 demo farms, 5 in Nyandarua and 4 in Embu counties. And through these demo farms, we've been able to train farmers. And these farmers have been able to translate their businesses from just normal dairy farming to better dairy farming. And we have seen this as we've gone around monitoring. We've been able to monitor the farms. We have interviewed farmers, and we've seen the growth that has taken place.
Besides enhancing the production of milk among the targeted farmers, the project has helped them to embrace climate-smart agriculture. The Kenya Climate Smart Agriculture Implementation Framework 2018 to 2027 is aimed at promoting climate-resilient, low-carbon growth and sustainable agriculture in order to boost food security. Indeed, food security is one of the pillars of President Uhuru Kenyatta's Big Four agenda. Mr. Mutoru, the dairy farming consultant, highlights more about that.
We also do biogas to make sure that we are also doing these enterprises in a friendly manner to the environment. In fact, as we go around, you may also notice that there is very, very little tree cutting for firewood because already the farmer is using biogas and has no need for now cutting the trees.
By the same token, Joyce Kamau, ECLOF Kenya's project manager of agribusiness and SMEs, is emphatic that as an institution, they have learned a lot about the importance of embracing climate-smart agriculture from the project.
When we talk about the lessons we have learned as an institution, we have learned that climate-smart agribusiness is the way to go. There are many farmers that are struggling. They have cows, but they are not making ends meet because they do not know how to go about it. But with climate smart agribusiness, especially dairy, we have seen farmers use little or less input than what they were using previously before the climate smart agribusiness. We have seen the production of cow milk go up because of the change of the structure of the cow shed, and just keeping the cow comfortable has enabled the farmers to increase the milk production. The farmers are spending less time in the dairy farming business than they were using previously, because now they've learned the portions they need to feed on their to feed to their cows. They have learned how to feed, a better way of feeding their cows. So they are using less time. So they are affording to have time for the cows and to have time for other economic generating activities. I would say that climate agribusiness is the way to go.
Field visits to Embu and Nyandarua offer a very clear picture of how the innovative dairy farming project has transformed the farmers' lives. In the demo farms, highly intensive smallholder dairy production systems, also known as zero grazing units, have been put up with financial and technical support from ECLOF Kenya. The dairy cows are fed with fodder crops grown by the farmers, hence increasing the production of milk and cutting down the cost of buying commercial animal feeds, among other benefits. This development is in sharp contrast with the poorly constructed cow sheds that the farmers owned before ECLOF Kenya's intervention. One of the outstanding demo farms under this project is owned by Mrs. Esther Njogu from Embu County. Very meticulous in her work, Esther is a focused and successful farmer. After retiring as an agricultural extension officer, she used her vast experience to set up a dairy farming enterprise in 1991.
My name is Esther Njogu. I was trained as an agricultural extension officer in 1980, and I was posted to work in the field as a field extension worker. I used to train farmers in all aspects concerning agriculture. I've worked in few districts. First of all, I worked in Busia. I came to Nyandarua district in central Kenya, Nyeri, and finally Embu. I started dairy farming since 1992 on a small scale, 1 or 2 cows. And then I started serious farming in the year 2009, whereby I increased animals from 2 to 5, 7, 9, and I continued adding until they were almost 22.
Esther is very passionate about dairy farming because it is a well-paying venture.
It is a second to coffee, commercial farming. That's where you can get a lot of income. You can get manure, and you can get heifers for sale and for breeding.
She has employees who assist her in looking after the cows. The hardworking farmer joined ECLOF Kenya in 2016. That relationship has been very cordial and fruitful.
They started way back in 2016. I've benefited a lot. For one, they are very cooperative and they are very good to farmers. They offer us loans to promote our dairy farming. To add more animals, you could be 2 cows and you want to increase to get 4 or 5. They finance us and they are cooperative. When we go to their offices, they attend to us very well. They process our loans very fast, so we feel they are good people.
In 2016, she hosted a field day in her demo farm in order to educate farmers on the best agribusiness practices.
It was organized by ECLOF in collaboration with the Superior Highland and other stakeholders. It attracted very many farmers from various parts of Embu. The attendance was about 300 farmers who really were happy, and they really said they benefited from the teaching because we had invited stakeholders from Ministry of Agriculture, from Ministry of Cooperatives, from Superior Highland, and the other stakeholders. So farmers were encouraged to improve on their dairy farming and the other kinds of farming.
From her dairy farming enterprise, Esther gets manure to improve the family's coffee farm that is managed by her husband. She has also bought 2 vehicles and educated her children from the proceeds of dairy farming.
From dairy farming, I get a lot of manure to improve on my coffee farming, and I get income because I've bought about 2 vehicles from dairy farming. I've educated my children from dairy farming, and it has continued to improve on my upkeep as a family.
Despite facing some challenges in her enterprise, Esther has never given up. She is a great fighter.
From the peak season, there was a time I was producing 300 liters per day, and those days prices were good. But prices all of a sudden started deteriorating to even as low as 20 shillings per liter. Cost of feeds, concentrates is very high. It goes up almost every day, and the prices of milk are not going up the same way. These are the challenges that we face.
One of her most notable solutions has been diversifying into farming food crops like bananas, as well as rearing chicken and pigs. Esther is very fond of her dairy cows, and she is planning to increase their number in the near future.
This one is a young heifer. He haijapewa jina. We give them names when we start milking them or when they are served, because in that service certificate you have to indicate the name. This one is just a young heifer, 1 year. It has not been served and it doesn't have a name, and it is doing well since it is only 12 months. Inaitwa, as you see, Gatodore. It is dry. We are not milking it. We are expecting it to calf down in late June. Yeah, when it was being milked, it was producing about 22 liters per day. Now it is dry, it's not being milked.
Going by her inspiring story, there is no doubt that a well-managed dairy farming enterprise is a very good source of income. The other dairy farmer from Embu County is Daniel Njue Munyi, a mechanic by profession. Njue was employed by Care Kenya, a non-governmental organization, before he ventured into dairy farming. He was based in Dadaab, a refugee camp under the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, UNHCR. He has also been supported by ECLOF Kenya in setting up a demo farm.
My name is Daniel Njue Munyi. I'm a member of Mogwe Dairy Farmers Self-Help Group. I joined ECLOF 4 years ago. I've taken 2 loans from there, From the 2 loans, I've been able to buy 2 cows. I've improved my cows on production. Before I was producing around 50 liters per day, and by now I can produce around 90.
ECLOF Kenya funded the construction of Njue's zero grazing unit as well as a biogas system that uses manure from the cows. He has also received training on how to grow fodder crops and to prepare silage.
Through ECLOF, I was able to put up this demo farm, and it's through the ECLOF who funded fully this demo farm. I was able to build this structure, the cow shed itself, and I've also been able to build a biogas, 10 cubic meter. I've been able to grow fodder crops for my animals. Through the same training, I've been able to mix my own dairy feed. I've also been trained on how to make silage, and that's where we are today. We are making silage from napier grass.
Other farmers, especially from Muigue self-help group, where Njue is a member, regularly visit his demo farm for training.
Farmers from around, especially from our group, do come here to learn how they can mix their own concentrates to synthesize themselves on how to make biogas.
The ambitious dairy farmer has benefited immensely from his relationship with ECLOF Kenya.
If it were not for the ECLOF Kenya, I could not have gotten a loan to put up such a structure, even to buy such animals. And I've also been able to uplift to myself, the family itself, through what I've gotten now from ECLOF. And I've been able to raise a few coins in my pocket that I've been able to pay for their fees and their upkeeping.
Njue has faced some challenges in his enterprise, but that has not deterred him. His vision is to increase production of milk in the enterprise by adding the number of cows.
There was an outbreak of skin disease, ramping skin. That's why some animals. In fact, I lost it too, but I was able to compensate it by APA, insurance, through ECLOF. Some drought may come around. Like 2 years ago, there was a drought that we did not have enough feeds to feed our animals. Low price in milk. It is also a challenge because we cannot compare the cost of milk, the raw milk that we produce, with the cost of milk in the shops. When we are looking for raw materials so that we may manufacture our own animal feeds, you may find that those not readily available. So instead of making 20 bags to cover a whole month, you may find yourself you are making only 3 bags that will last for 2 to 3 days. And with that, the production will go down because they will not feed well.
He has very good advice to the people aspiring to be dairy farmers.
If somebody wants to become a dairy farmer, one should know a good fodder for the animals. One should know where the veterinarians who are around so that they can be able to be helped, especially when it comes to illness of the animals. One should not only concentrate with the cashew people we employ because they are the ones who makes us fail. So one should know most of the times he is the one to tender the animals.
Njue briefly takes us through the process of preparing biogas while his wife Janet Wanjuki demonstrates how it is used for cooking in her kitchen.
On the side of biogas, we start from washing at the cow shed. This time we do not carry the cereal with a bucket. It comes through the gravity up to the septic tank. This is where the cereal comes inside. When we open here, it goes inside the dome. The dome is around here. It's inside here, but you cannot see it because it's covered. It has a tank of 10 cubic meter. So from here, it goes there. The cow dung is fermented. It produces gas, which goes to the kitchen. The cow dung, which has already been which has been exhausted, they goes out through the other side and is used as a fertilizer and cow dung. Yeah, it goes when it goes the other side. It is where now we use it in our farm. That is, we use it to grow animal feeds like even maize, even beans like those ones.
Wakati nataka kupika, naangalia hii knob kwanza, ikiwa hivyo sasa iko off. So, ikiwa off, mpaka niweke on. So, it's on. Then I check here. Vile iko, ikiwa hapa, when it's here, it's 0, so there's no gas. But when it is from 0 to from 1 and above, it's on, so I can use it to cook. So I come here. Right now it's on. Yeah.
As he happily feeds his cows, Njue is confident of having a bright future as a dairy farmer. Indeed, it would really pay for other farmers to follow his footsteps. Joseph Njero is another dairy farmer. He hails from Maranga sublocation in Embu County and his venture is known as Joruda Farm. He is a customer of ECLOF Kenya.
My name is Joseph Njero. I'm from Embu County, Embu East sub-county, Kagari South West location, and Maranga sub-location. Well, agribusiness, it's my passion. And I started it a long time ago. I started practicing dairy. I bought my first dairy cow in 1984. So I've been carrying on with the business of dairy until up to now.
According to Njero, dairy farming is not for the faint-hearted. It requires a lot of dedication and focus.
Dairy farming, as I know it, challenging venture. To be able to achieve maximum production, you must understand how to feed cows, how to breed cows, how to treat cows when they are sick, and it encompasses so many other issues. Like you have to look for good fodder. So it's a trying thing, but those who manage can see the fruits of their labor.
His relationship with ECLOF Kenya dates back to 2014 when he joined hands with his friends to form a self-help group. Every week, the members save with ECLOF Kenya in order to qualify for loans.
I joined a group which was dealing with ECLOF in 2014, and after that, joined them with their weekly contributions. And after some time, I qualified to apply for a loan, which I did. The first loan I took was for 72,000 Kenya shillings. I bought our water tank with the money. Then after successfully completing the repayment, I took another one, 150,000, to reconstruct my cow shed. I've already paid the loan. So I'm intending to go back to them again and take another one now, so that I can now be able to improve my business of dairy.
Njero is among the founders of Kawanjara Self-Help Group, which was started in 2013 with only 17 members. Over the years, Kawanjara has grown in leaps and bounds. It was registered as a cooperative society in 2018, and during its first annual general meeting AGM in January 2019, Njero was elected as its first chairman.
Kawanjara started as a self-help group in 2013 with only 17 members. So their aim was to improve the welfare of the members by bulking their milk and other crops they were farming. So they continued like that, and after interacting with getting advices from the government and departments, they were advised to transform the self-help group into a cooperative society. After it was seen that its growth rate was quite immense. So in November 2018, the group was registered as a cooperative, and we held our first AGM in January of 2019, and I was elected as their chairman.
Just like most of the members of Kawanjara Cooperative, Njero has benefited a lot from his relationship with ECLOF Kenya. His enterprise is also a demo farm, and he has been supported by ECLOF Kenya to put up a modern zero grazing unit and a biogas system. Before that, his dairy cows were sheltered in a dilapidated cow shed.
They came and improved my cow shed, which now looks a bit presentable. They brought in the experts who supervised the reconstruction of the cowshed, refurbishing of the same, they supervised the drainage system, and also on the other part, they assisted in refurbishing my old biogas to a modern facility.
Many farmers have benefited from the training sessions which are held in Jero's demo farm in partnership with ECLOF Kenya.
Well, through the experts from ECLOF, they pick the days when they want to come and train the farmers. Then we organize the farmers who are to be trained. We call them up to here on the days given by the experts. And the 3 sessions we have gone through, farmers have been trained about the breeding of animals, proper management, hygiene-wise, and also we have been trained on how to feed our animals. That is feeding and nutrition, so that they will be able at least to increase their milk production.
Jero's family has also benefited immensely from his close working relationship with ECLOF Kenya.
We have seen an increase in our finance. Also have been able now to upgrade our animals. At least productivity has gone up, so we are getting some money from that venture. The other parties, we are now using biogas. ECLOF, they always make follow-ups to see how we are moving on.
He advises other farmers in Kenya wishing to practice agribusiness to identify their area of strength and focus on it in order to succeed.
Those who wish to do agribusiness, they have to identify which area of agribusiness they are going to do. Because everything has its own challenges, be it crop farming or livestock. Every area has got its own challenges. So a farmer should make a decision where to go or which type of agribusiness somebody wants to venture into. As for me, you know, when you're in dairy, you still have to do crop farming, because the crops you farm are the ones you use as fodder to feed your animals. But it's a good venture, only that the problem is identifying proper methods of how to do agribusiness. You will succeed.
Since 2007, when his homestead was supplied with piped water, Jero has been able to farm without a lot of challenges.
So when I started in this area, we didn't have piped water, and we didn't have any river near us. So we used to dig wells, and in fact, I remember doing 7 of them, and the last one, the 8th one, is the one which at least gave us some water. And luckily enough, somewhere in around 2007, we were supplied with piped water. So you can see I have several tanks here for harvesting the water in case there will be a breakdown. I still have some reserve, which can take me for about 2 weeks.
A friend in need is a friend indeed. Jero sincerely thanks ECLOF Kenya because of transforming the lives of many farmers in Kawanjara. It is a win-win working relationship.
It's to acknowledge the good work ECLOF is doing within our locality. In fact, besides Kawanjara, the main group in Kawanjara has been able to introduce ECLOF to other mini groups, about 4 of them now, and they are picking up well, and we hope they will be able to copy our model, Kawanjara model, and I think within a short time they will be able to pick from us. So ECLOF, we have done a good job. The loans we have been able to sign, we have been able to guarantee other group members. I've seen them benefiting.
Francis Mugonyagi is the current chairman of Kawanjara Farmers Cooperative Society. He joined ECLOF Kenya in 2020. He is one of the dairy farmers in Embu County who have been supported by ECLOF Kenya in putting up a demonstration farm.
Francis Mugonyagi kutoka Kawanjara. Saa mimi ni mkulima wa ng'ombe, kazi ingine ya samba na wanyanga kama ya kulima mandizi. Tuko na mradi tuko naye ambao wanaitwa ECLOF, tunasikana nao kutoka 2020 hapa Embu. Tulikuwa tumeenda masomo kwa Spirit Highlands, ule baya wetu wa maziwa. Tukakutana hapo. Sasa ni mimi nikaenda nikiwa mwenyekiti wa Kawanjara Cooperative, tukaongea na viongozi wa ECLOF, wakakuja tukasikana, wakaanza kutupatia maloni ili tunisaidia mambo ya ng'ombe, sababu mbinu yao ni ng'ombe.
Besides constructing a modern zero grazing unit with ECLOF Kenya's support, Mugo is also a proud owner of a biogas generating system.
Hii ni biogas ya inatengeneza moto. Hii ndio nabika naye, ni mama nabika naye, na natumia mavi ya ng'ombe. Sasa hata usaidizi niko naye kabisa, sababu siendi kutafuta kuni. Mimi naona iko sawa, sababu mambo ya kununua ngasi kwangu mimi nilipunguza kabisa.
A good number of smallholder farmers in Embu County who have received training from the demo farms have in turn established highly successful enterprises. This demonstrates the impact of this initiative. One of them is Mercy Karemi Ireri from Kawanjara. She joined ECLOF Kenya in 2017 and this relationship has been very fruitful.
My name is Mercy Karemi Ireri from Kawanjara Commercial Village, where we take our loan of ECLOF. I entered ECLOF in 2017, whereby I've been able to do so many things through the loan. The first loan I was servicing, it was of 70,000, whereby I was able to construct the cow shed and I bought a shaft cutter. After that, I took the second loan, which was 150, whereby I bought a cow. I got another loan of 200,000, whereby I was able to buy a motor, which I used for pumping water, and I bought another cow for the second time.
Karemi's dairy farming enterprise is profitable. From the proceeds of her milk, she has, for instance, been able to educate 2 of her children up to the university, thus empowering them to take charge of their lives. It is important to note that this business is supported by ECLOF Kenya. She is a member of Kawanjara Cooperative Society.
I've also uplifted my life because I'm able to educate my children through the milk I get from the cow, whereby these children right now I have one girl in Mount Kenya University and the other one in Bonnet University.
From the training sessions organized by ECLOF Kenya in one of the demo farms, Karemi has upgraded her breed of cows besides learning how to give them high quality feeds.
Through the training which I've got through the ECLOF, I'm able to upgrade my livestock production because I'm able to put my cows the right breed, which is supposed to upgrade to a good cow. Through the training I get from the ECLOF, I'm able to mix food for my cow. The training which was given by Motoru, I thank the ECLOF because of that. Through the training, I'm also able to give my cows the right feed.
Kawera is the treasurer of a self-help group comprising 30 members. Using the group lending method, popularly known as the Grameen model, these members co-guarantee one another in order to access credit from ECLOF Kenya.
We have a group in Kawanjara, which is called Kawanjara Group, which has around 30 members. And from that group, me as Mercy, I'm the treasurer of the group. I've served as the treasurer of the group for around 3 years. And right now I'm serving as the secretary of the group because of the organization. That group has benefited from the ECLOF because we are able to appreciate one another. If somebody is unable to pay their own, we talk and we also cooperate. And we know how to solve that problem and we are able to help one another.
Kawera recently sold one of her dairy cows in order to pay for her daughter's university fees. She is planning to expand her zero grazing unit in order to accommodate more cows.
Right now the challenges which I'm facing through my dairy farming, right now my cow shed needs innovation, of which I'm not able at least to manage it properly. But I know with a well, I'll be able to pick up because I had 2 cows, which of which I sold 1 cow. The time we were told the children should report to university. So I sold 1 cow, I'm left with 1. I was selling a production of around 40 to 45 liters. But right now I have 1 cow, which is at production of around 25. If I innovate my shed, I know I will be able to buy another cow, which will uplift my living standard.
The hard-working farmer advises her fellow ladies to combine efforts in their quest to uplift the living standards of their respective families.
My advice is, if you want to uplift your life, you cannot go alone. You have to go as a group, because there is an English verse which says, if you want to walk fast, you walk alone, but if you want to walk far, you must be in a group. So my advice to other women is, if you want to uplift your life and if you want to uplift also your family, it is better you be together with others so that you can move.
Down to earth, focused and industrious, Kawera is a strong pillar of her family and Kawanjara residents. Sarah Wanjiro Keminje, a smallholder dairy farmer from Kawanjara, is another beneficiary of the demo farms. She joined ECLOF Kenya in 2014. Wanjiro is a board member of Kawanjara Cooperative Society.
I'm Sarah Wanjiro Keminje, a member of Kawanjara Cooperative Society. I joined ECLOF in 2014, and from there we have been together since today. I've applied many loans and repaid, and ECLOF has brought me far where I am. Also in Kawanjara, we have a Kawanjara Cooperative Society where we deal with milk. We aggregate the milk from the farmers and then we sell to the supplier who processes the milk. From the aggregation of the milk, the members of the community have benefited, because in the past we used to pour milk. But today, we have a staple market for the milk.
In 2020, ECLOF Kenya organized training for 7 members of this board, and Wanjiro was among them.
There is a training we attended as board members of Kawanjara Cooperative Society. It was at Country View Mutondore. We attended the 7 members of the board, and from that training, we have learned a lot. Before, we used to waste a lot of time from the meetings because we did not have the agendas arranged properly. Also, the management, we never used to take the responsibility. If it's the secretary, you do your work, the chairman. And from that training, we have been able now to reschedule our meetings, and we are saving a lot of time. Also, we learned about the management skills, which we did not have before, and we are growing more as we are interacting with the ECLOF.
By the same token, Wanjiro, together with other dairy farmers in the locality, benefited from Mr. Simon Mutoru's training, which was organized by ECLOF Kenya.
We have attended a demo farm training. It was at Uwere. It was very good. It was successful. We were being taught by Mr. Mutoru about the animal nutrition and feeding. And from that training, we have learned, especially me, I've benefited, because in the past, my calves used to die before even reaching the age of 6. But currently, I can say I'm planned of being 2 calves now, and one is about to be served. So from that training, I know I've gone far. Also, we learned about silage making and even preserving the fins.
Through dairy farming, Wanjiro has been able to educate her children in secondary school and university levels.
I started dairy farming when I joined ECLOF. That is when I bought my first cow with my first loan. And from there, I've seen myself improving day by day. I've been able to educate my children in secondary school, even in university.
Although she is very determined of excelling in dairy farming, Wanjiro has encountered some hurdles in her enterprise.
The challenges I face as a dairy farmer is the storage of the feed. We are not able to store feed. So when, like now, there is plenty of feed, but when the drought comes or when it's dry, we have nothing to give the cows because we are not able to store the feed. Also, the quality of the feeds, these are the mineral salts and the feeds we get from the shops, the quality is very low because the manufacturers do not give us the quality feeds. So also as the cooperative, we are thinking of manufacturing our own feeds to give to our farmers, and we are hoping by that to increase the milk.
In 2 years' time, Wanjiro is planning to buy more dairy cows in order to increase her milk production. She is also planning to improve her breed through artificial insemination.
My vision as a dairy farmer, I'm seeing in 2 years' time, I'm planning to be having around 4 cows, producing around 70 to 80 liters of milk, and I will attain that through having a good cow shed. Also, I'll be able to make silage, and I have a good store for the fins, and I improve my breeds through the AI.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating. In that breath, having grown her enterprise with ECLOF Kenya's support, Wanjiru urges other farmers to follow suit.
Those farmers who wish to work with ECLOF, what I would advise them, as the slogan says of ECLOF, it's a microfinance with a difference. I've witnessed it. If it's their loans, they suit the farmer, you buy a cow, and there is nothing you can be able to harvesting daily, like a dairy cow. There is no business which I would say is better than this of dairy farming, because you are assured that after giving your cow good feed, you get returns, and the milk has a good price currently. So those who would like to wish to join the dairy farming through the ECLOF, I would tell them that they will not regret.
Inability to access market and fluctuation of prices are major challenges for many entrepreneurs in agribusiness. Superior Highlands Dairy, a milk processing factory in Embu County, has in that regard assisted Kawanjara dairy farmers to address those challenges. The dairy farmers sell their milk to the processor and they are paid at the end of every month. Superior Highlands is a customer of ECLOF Kenya. The founder and managing director of the dairy processor is Amos Roheni Ndegwa.
My name is Amos Roheni Ndegwa. I'm the director of Superior Highlands Dairy here in Embu. We deal with the fresh milk which we buy from farmers, and also we do other business of feed processing, whereby we support our farmers for them to be able to produce good volume of milk.
Ndegwa started trading in milk in 2008, and since then he has never looked back.
I started in the year 2008. Reason being was to look for my income and also to assist farmers when we buy milk from them, and also we support them.
By working closely with the dairy farmers, Ndegwa has grown his business in leaps and bounds. In its initial days, Superior Highlands Dairy was processing only 300 liters of milk per day. Currently, this has grown to 30,000 liters per day. Its products include yogurt, mala, and cheese. The major market of these products is Nairobi, but the company also has distributors in Garissa, Marsabit, as well as coast, western, and eastern regions of Kenya.
I was able to grow tremendously, whereby we started with a very little volume of milk of about 300 liters per day, and right now we are able to handle about 30,000 liters per day. We started with a very small volume of 300 liters, whereby I used to collect from here in Embu, and I was selling my product to Nairobi on a daily basis. But right now, we have grown from a small scale sales to now we are at a medium level, because we are able to handle a lot of milk from farmers. We have grown to a level where now we are processing our milk to long life, and we are able to market our milk all over the country with different items like yogurt, mala. We also doing cheese.
Through the support of ECLOF Kenya, Superior Highlands has been able to acquire more machinery, hence boosting its production capacity. The milk processor has also entered into a partnership with ECLOF Kenya to support dairy farmers. Through this partnership, dairy farmers from Kawanjara Cooperative Society who sell their milk to Superior Highlands Dairy are promptly paid by the Microfinance institution at the end of every month. This money is recovered afterwards from the processor. The arrangement enables the dairy farmers to have a steady cash flow.
We got a lot of support from ECLOF Kenya, where since we partnered with them, we are able to also to do business with farmers. They also lend some money, give us some money to acquire some machineries. Right now we have grown from a point of also processing milk, whereby initially we are not in a position to do the processing, but right now, through their support, we have been able to do processing, and also we expanded our market with fairs in so many parts of the country. We are able also to partner with the cooperative. Here also we give them support on their market, because whatever they produce, they are able to sell it to a company. Then we process it and we take it the milk to the market.
Besides offering farmers a market for their milk, Superior Highlands also sells to them animal feeds on credit. Moreover, it extends to them veterinary services.
We also give them animal feed through the support of the ECLOF, and also any other necessary support extensionally. We also give them veterinary services and anything that they need from our side.
Despite its steady growth over the years, Superior Highlands has also experienced some challenges.
The first challenge was about the market, because by the time we were able to grow in terms of production, through the support we were offered to our farmers, the volume grows to a tremendous height, whereby we were not able to sell their product. We had a lot of wastage before we started the processing, whereby we ended up having losses through wastages from the milk going bad. But through the support of the ECLOF and the funding they're able to offer on our side, we managed to minimize the challenges. As we sell our product, we get competition from other competitors, whereby our cost of production, maybe sometimes they happen to be very high, depending like now when the cost of the fuel is very high. Also the cost of production is also high, and we also try to sell our product at a competitive price. Also the mode of payment that we usually get from our client, mostly we deal with the supermarket, whereby they take loan before they pay us. Our clients happen maybe to take like 2 or 3 months by the time they pay to us.
Ndegwa's vision is to expand into other counties like Nyeri and Kirinyaga.
Our vision is how we can grow, and also we give support to the community that's allowed us. We also planning on how we can go to another level. We also try to attach area like Nyeri and Kirinyaga, also to give them support.
The ambitious entrepreneur appreciates the support that he has been given by ECLOF Kenya since 2014. This has not only benefited his business, but the Kenyan society at large.
The advice I can give, mostly to those who are willing to or planning to do farming, is the farming can sustain the livelihood in our society. Also, what can assist for the farmers is when they have good producers, because the cost of production will be more friendly by keeping good breeds.